Very warm good morning, my dear students. Welcome to your economics class. So students, we are currently doing the chapter Poverty as a Challenge. In the last class, we discussed about the concept of poverty and the features of poverty. So today we will discuss about the dimensions of poverty. But before discussing the dimensions, we will first do a revision of the concept and features of poverty. Alright? So students, let me remind you all what is poverty. So poverty is the state of being poor. That means it is the condition when people are not able to access the various basic necessities of life. Basic necessities can be food, clothes, shelter, education, healthcare facilities, etc. Okay, so when people are not able to access all these basic things in their life, that's when the person is said to be under a situation of poverty. All right, and students, poor and poverty are not the same. Okay, yes, they are related, but they are not exactly the same. In the last class, I gave you all one question: are the words poor and poverty same? Many of you have written yes. The answer will be no. Okay, it is no, because while poverty refers to the situation or the condition, poor refers to the person who is suffering from this situation or condition. So that means they are certainly not the same, even though they are related. They are related to the same concept, inability to access the basic needs. Still, they are not the same. That means we cannot use poor and poverty interchangeably. They are not synonymous. Alright. So students, what is poverty? Poverty is the state of being poor, or in other words, it is a situation where there is general scarcity or general dearth of the various material possessions in one's life. Alright. Now coming to the features. So students, there are numerous features of poverty. The more you think, the more features you will come up with. So poverty means hunger, poverty means lack of shelter, poverty means illiteracy, poverty means landlessness, poverty means unhygienic condition, poverty means malnutrition, then poverty means child labor, etc., etc. Alright. So students, let us now discuss the various dimensions of poverty. And let me tell you all that dimensions are almost similar to the features only. Okay, dimensions means the various sides of poverty. All right. So your learning outcome for today's class will be, you will develop an understanding of the various dimensions of poverty with the help of two case studies. That means we will discuss two case studies, one an urban case and the other one a rural case, and with the help of these two case studies we will try to understand the various dimensions of poverty. All right. So students, this is a picture which depicts the urban case. You can see people are working, you can see children, you can see the background, it looks like a slum area. You can see a factory over there, the people are working in the factory. You can see the women working. Okay, so let us try to understand what actually is there in the urban case. Okay, so students, in the urban case we will study about the story of Ramcharan. Okay, so Ramcharan is a person of age 33 years who works as a daily wage laborer in a wheat flour mill near Ranchi in Jharkhand. So students, the picture where we could see a factory, that was basically a mill, a wheat flour mill, the mill where Ramcharan works. So he works there as a daily wage laborer and he manages to earn around rupees 1500 per month. That means Ramcharan's monthly income is only rupees 1500. Okay, and students, he has to send money home to his old parents who live in a village near Ramgarh. That means with this 1500 rupees he has to run his family. Not only that, he also has to send money home to his parents. See the condition here. And students, Ramcharan, since he lives in an urban area, so he lives in a one-room rented house in a crowded basti in the outskirts of the city. That means which is not located exactly on the city, which is far away from the city. Alright, so this is the condition of Ramcharan. And students, Ramcharan family consists of 6 members, including Ramcharan, his wife, and his 4 children. So 6 members in a family. Ramcharan earns rupees 1500. They live in a 1-room rented house, and not only that, he also has to send money home to his parents. Okay. Now coming to Ramcharan's wife. So Ramcharan's wife, she works as a maid basically. She works as a domestic help in people's houses, and she manages to earn another rupees 800. That means her income is support to the family. She manages to earn another 800. Okay. Not only that, students, Ramcharan's elder son, he works as a helper in a tea shop, okay, and he earns another rupees 300. So what is the total income of Ramcharan's family? Ramcharan's 1500, his wife's 800, and his elder son's 300, a total of 2600 rupees. So is it possible to run a family of 6, including the grandparents who live in the family? That means a total 8 members with 2600 rupees? No, not at all, right? So this is the condition of Ramcharan's family. Okay, they somehow manage 2 square meals a day, just rice and dal, and that is also not enough. Okay, so his children, they have never been to school. Okay, his daughter, that means his 10-year-old daughter, she looks after her younger siblings. Okay, so they have only 2 pairs of hand-me-down clothes. Hand-me-down clothes means when the elder son is done wearing them, the smaller ones will wear it. Okay, it will pass on from one child to the other one. Okay, and new clothes are purchased only when the old ones become unwearable. That is the condition. Shoes are a luxury for them. They never wear shoes. Okay, and students, the younger kids are undernourished since they do not have proper meals. They cannot afford even 2 times meals sometimes, so their children are undernourished and they have no access to proper health care even if they fall ill. So this is the condition of Ramcharan. Okay, now students, you see the rural case. In the rural case, you can see a person who is working in an agricultural field. Apart from that, you can see a different story in the picture where people are doing some other works as well. So let us find out. So students, this is the story of Lakha Singh. So Lakha Singh is a person who belongs to a small village near Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so Lakha Singh's family, they do not have their own land, so they have to do various kinds of odd jobs for the big farmers. That means since Lakha Singh do not have his own land, he has to do various kinds of odd jobs for the other large farmers. Okay, his work is not fixed and so is his income. He gets paid a very small income, that is rupees 50 per day. This is a very meager income, just rupees 50 per day. Okay, and sometimes what happens, he is not even paid these rupees 50. Sometimes he is paid in kind. That means sometimes the large farmer will give him 1 kg of rice or 2 kg of wheat or dal or something like that. That means his work is also irregular and his income also is irregular. Okay, and his family has 8 members. Ramcharan's family has 6 members. Lakha Singh's family has 8 members. Okay, and they even cannot afford 2 square meals a day. Okay, and students, Lakha Singh's wife, or you can say the women of the family, they spend the day chopping fodder and collecting firewood in the fields. So while in case of Ramcharan, his wife used to work as the domestic help in people's houses, in case of Lakha Singh, his wife and the other women in the family, they spend the day chopping wood and fodder for managing the fuel for the family, for the household need. Okay, so this is the condition of Lakha Singh. So Lakha Singh has never been to school, even though there is a primary school in his village, but he never been to school. Okay, and he started earning even from the age of 10. When he was 10 years old, From that time only he started earning. Okay, and his father, he was a TB patient and he passed away, and his mother now is also suffering from the same disease. Okay, his father was a TB patient who passed away, and now his mother also is a TB patient. Okay, so students, in case of Lakha Singh, for his family, new clothes happen once in a few years. Once in a few years. This is even worse than Ramcharan's family. Okay, and even soap and oil are a luxury for the family. So this is the condition of Lakha Singh and his family. So you can compare both the situations here. On one hand we have Ramcharan, and on the other hand we have Lakha Singh. So students, you could see in both the cases their conditions were very pathetic. Ramcharan, he used to live in a slum area in the outskirts of the village, basically in a basti, in a one-room rented house. And Lakha Singh, he lived in a kacha house. While Ramcharan's wife, she managed to earn 800 rupees somehow by working as a domestic help. Lakha Singh's wife and the other women in the family, they spend the day collecting fodder and firewood. Okay, and students, in Ramcharan's family there were 6 members, and in Lakha Singh's family there are a total of 8 members. And Ramcharan works as a daily wage laborer in a flour mill, whereas Lakha Singh works as a agricultural laborer. Not only that, he also does various kinds of odd jobs. Understood? So students, what do they show? So from both these cases, what are the findings that we can understand? That means, what are the findings that we can make? Okay, so students, both these cases show that poverty means hunger and malnutrition. We could see that in both the cases there were children who were mostly undernourished because of the lack of proper food. Okay, they also show landlessness and lack of shelter. It means that in both the cases they did not have their own land. So Ramcharan, while he had to live in a one-room rented house, Lakha Singh had to live in a kacha house, and also he did not have his own land for agriculture. Then poverty also means lack of clean water and sanitation. We could see in the case of Ramcharan that he lived in a very unhygienic condition. There was no proper sanitation facility, nor was there any facility for clean water, clean drinking water. Okay. Poverty also means big family sizes. So students, if you have noticed in both the cases, the family sizes are quite big. In Ramcharan's family there are a total 6 members, whereas in case of Lakha Singh's family there are a total of 8 members. Why is it so? This is because of the fact, students, in poor families they consider each member as an earning member. That means they have this notion in their mind that the more the number of members in the family, the higher will be the earning. Okay, so that is why they tend to have more and more children. That is how they create a vicious cycle. You understand? In the rich families, you will see the people are comparatively more conscious, they are comparatively more aware, isn't it? So they will have a minimum of, that means they will have a maximum of 2 or 3 children. But in the poor families, you will see they will have 6 children, 7 children. Why? Because they consider every children as an earning member. So that is why they tend to have more children, because the more the number of children, the higher will be the earning of the family. They never think of sending their children to school. Understand? Then it also means illiteracy and child labor. Their children, they have never been to school, and also they are seen working to support the family. Okay. Then it also means lack of regular job and wages. In both the cases, you could see that there is no regular job, both in case of Ramcharan and Lakha Singh. And students, poor people, they are ill treated in almost all the places. be it a factory, be it the agricultural field, be it in the office, be it any public place, poor people are ill treated. Okay? And students, above all, it means living with a sense of hopelessness. They are just living one day at a time. They do not know what is going to happen tomorrow. Okay, so this is the condition of poor people in India. So both the situations of Ramcharan and Lakha Singh gives us these dimensions of poverty. So from both the conditions we have come to know about these particular dimensions of poverty. There are various other dimensions of poverty as well. Okay, so students, discuss any 5 dimensions of poverty. This will be your homework question. There is only one question, so you kindly submit your homework in your Google Classroom, okay, between 8 to 9 p.m. Alright, so today we have discussed about the various dimensions of poverty. Okay, we discussed about the story of Ramcharan and Lakha Singh, and we came to know about the various dimensions or the various sides of poverty. Poverty means hunger, malnutrition, illiteracy, child labor. Poverty means landlessness. Poverty means lack of sanitation facilities and lack of clean water. Poverty means big family sizes. Poverty means irregular job and irregular wages. Then poverty means helplessness. Poor people are ill treated, etc., etc. All right, so students, in case you have any doubt, do let me know. Okay, thank you so much.